we're gonna start from the era of realism and naturalism. Then we wanna say that this era started in 1875. We have American writers, obviously, were moving toward realism in literature. So in this, we can see Mark Twain and Zola. He was a novelist French. And for them, the realism was an ideology, and the novel had the power to become a political weapon. Here we have so many problems. There was like the urban poverty. Yeah, we can see in this photo the struggle for freedom, especially women African Americans. So they were like immigrants. We can see in this era the horrors of the Civil War. Yeah. So this Civil War led to uncertainty about the future. We have many conflicts in the West. Yeah. And we have the labor unrest. And also we have this social historical context. Yeah. I mean, here we have the Civil War. Yeah. So this originated tremendous social changes. In this we can see the industrialization. So the industrialization took a much higher scale than in Europe. You know, that we are talking about here in America. So I know that you are asking what were the changes. The changes, I mean, we have the New York, and New York had grown from a city of 5,100, yeah. So in 1850 to a metropolis of nearly 3,500,000 inhabitants by so we have Chicago, and Chicago was like this place, and was a mid-century, around time of the 20,000, had over 2 million one inhabitants by 1910, So in the 80s, in the 1818, 800 of the New York population were foreigners. So between 1815 and 1880, the capital invests in manufacturing the industries more than the quadruplet, while factory employment needed doubled. So that was the industrialization. So in 1875, we have here the influence of French realism. So what happened with this? The relationship changed between literature and society. So here the novel had the power to become political weapon. That I said at the beginning. So in literature, realism gives a picture of life as irreality is. So the story of realism deals with everyday problems. So what happened every single day, what you see every single day. So sometimes the characters overcome their problems. Other times they don't. So they write about what they see, about what they have, what happened to them every single day. So what was the other change? The other change was the imperialism. But before we talk about the imperialism, we're talking about the urbanization. So This is the invention of the steam engine freed the factory from a natural source of water power and allowed it to come into the city. What happened here? Said economists. They moved from land to the commercial or industrial world. So what happened? The rapid growth of cities. That is the urbanization. Yeah. The rise of corporate businesses, expanding population, the influx of immigrants. So also affects the working conditions. And talking about the imperialism, so we know that the imperialism was a way for countries to rob the raw sources that they needed and they cheap labor without having to spend enormous amount of money. So the whole idea of maximizing profit was a key factor that led to the brutal treatment and the degradation of the cultures that most European power basically enslaved. So what happened here was the Western expansion. So what happened? They built a transcontinental railroads. So closing of the frontier. Here we want to talk about naturalism. So the naturalism was a term created by the French novelist Émile Zola. So what happened? He used discoveries and knowledge of modern science to study human life. And people were not really free. Rather their lives, opinions, and morality were all controlled by social, so they can't do anything. And something that happened was also psychological causes that affect this. So talking about naturalism, we have the human behavior, the interpersonal life, so the description of social environment, the laws governing human behavior, so they couldn't do anything. So what is? Applied scientific principles of objectivity and detachment to the study of human beings. That was posit that they were governed by heredity and environment. So what happened here? What was the roots of American realism? Was experience of war. So this led a little interest in imaginative romantic literature. So there was a frontier life, yeah. So as the conflicts with Native Americans, the hardships of pioneer life, also was the urban experience, so the cities with poverty, with crime. Well, as I said before, everything happened because of the Civil War. That was the realism developed. The urbanization and industrialization of America, a reaction against romanticism, increasing radius of democracy and literacy. So what happened with the realism? We have not subject aspect. We have fantastic events of feelings that depart from reality. Rigorous point of view. The problem of human existence, society. We have here the consumerism plus the regionalism, the semacologismo. And in this case, what is the regionalism? So they call often a local color. Why? Because they focus on characters, dialects, customs, topography, and other features. Yeah. So it was specific to the region. Sorry. Yeah. So they consonant with realism and sharing many of the same traits. Well, as I said before, Émile Zola was the novelist. He was the creator of this term. So, the greatest representative of naturalism. Novel was a political weapon, free, no. So he wrote this law, taking into account the life experiences. Stephen Crane was an American naturalism too. He wrote Magic. And this book's talking about girls of the streets, yeah. And another one that was The Red Bitch of Courage. William Dean Howells. He created the theory of American realism, Main Street. He also created Harper's Monthly. A modern instance was a book related with the divorce, yeah. Another one was The Rise of Silas Liffan, Hazard of New Fortune, and another one that was utopian. Harold Frederick, The Region of Cash, doubts about the progress of American society. Another one was Hamlin Garland, Social Protest. He was a social protest. Main Travel Routes. He created that in 1881. And the other one was Bertism, and he created in The American Dream. Edgar Allan Poe and Ambrose Bierce. Edgar Allan Poe was a very mystery and horrible books about the things that hates you or create. What happened with those guys? They create tales of soldiers and civilians. The tales, what happened with the tales was ironic. Another thing was Devil's Dictionary. He created devils, definitely. He created other things related with the devil. Edward Bellamy, Looking Backward, was a book. He was a capitalist. And he also was related with this industrialization. Edward Bellamy